With the economy the way it is today, everyone's looking for a leg up. My Credit Kings can help you do that. We offer a free consultation and 1 month free credit repair. All you got to do is click the link below at mycreditking.com. Shaquille O'Neal has done a lot of things, and now he's teaching Charles Barkley how to kiss. Well, that's what he thinks he's doing. So what happened was, now remember we talked to you about Shaq and little Kevin Hart and how he grabbed him out of the car and was doing all kinds of, unstraight business to him. Well, there was a video where Ben Affleck, you know who he is, walked up to Shaq and was his headphones on. He kind of leaned over and rubbed Shaq's head and gave him a kiss on the head and walked off. And Shaq was like, "What's that?" And then all of a sudden there was a flip to the camera, and here you see Shaq behind Charles Barkley.
Amazing. They should do a United States against the world.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Oh man, but hey, did this picture just get uglier, America?
Something growing on you. It doesn't get much better than that. Chuck, thank you so.
Now, we thought that the Kevin Hart thing was bad, and it was. Trust me, it was bad. Very hard on the eyes. But Shaq took it up a notch. He stood behind Charles's head, and we thought we saw wrong. We genuinely thought that maybe we didn't see what we saw. But he licked the man's skull. Like, licked his head. And then kissed and pet and kissed and pet. Now, I know what y'all gonna say. It's just fun and jokes. It's just two men. It's locker room stuff. Don't worry about it. I know it's like beating a dead horse, but they hide everything in humor. They want you to do everything they do, and there are going to be people that do it. There are going to be people that do it. But let's talk about what that means about Shaq. What is Shaq? If I were to tell you that I went outside yesterday and I saw somebody I didn't like, so I sucker punched them. And I walked further down the road and I saw somebody else and I sucker punched them. And everybody I saw after that point, I just kept sucker punching them. Would you call me a cool guy, or would you call me an absolute tyrant in the streets? Okay, how many times do I need to sucker punch somebody for you to think that's uncalled for and that's wrong? 5, 6, or just once? Once, right? Okay. How many times does someone has to violate a child for them to be called a child violator? Just one. Good. Perfect. So with Shaq, how many times do you need to see him performing certain behaviors for him to be that behavior in actuality?
It's Shaq in drag on the Dennis Scott Show.
Masculine women, feminine men, which is a rooster, which is a hen. It's hard to tell them apart today.
How do you know Shaq? See these signs on? You got them from.
Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on.
Or wait, it's all jokes. So it's not really happening. He didn't really do it. It was all fake. That makes it impossible to be real. We said before, they have the influence. It is not like it's just you. It is children as well. It is influenced minds. It is more than you. Just because you might think it's a joke does not mean the next person doesn't think it's for real, and they should copy it. Secondarily, what sane man walks up behind another man and licks his head? Like, okay, look, I'm not a germaphobe. Okay, I've had my job where I've been in crawl spaces, and you know what's in crawl spaces? There's mud, there's dirt, there's rat poop. I mean, you everything in crawl spaces, and I spent a lot of time in crawl spaces. And often I'd find myself not being able to get to my basin or to any kind of water source to wash my hands. But I need to eat. And I have found myself holding a sandwich, and occasionally a finger or a whole hand may touch the sandwich after being in a crawl space. I don't make it a habit of doing that. And I don't say to myself, oh, it's just a little bit of rat poop. I'm just going to, no. I don't do that. So why is it that when we see something like this, we say, oh, it's okay to do it over and over and over. It's not going to affect you. Do we just have an affinity for things that will destroy us and be like, that sounds good? Second, why would you lick a man's skull not knowing where it's been? It's sweat. It's makeup. And it's a man. I don't see how this is funny. I mean, maybe it was that show that they had some time ago with Steve O and what's his name, Johnny Knoxville. You know, I think Jackass is what it was called, and they did all kinds of ridiculous stunts for the just for the viewing pleasure of people who like seeing some crazy things. They did some astronomically stupid things, and they got millions of views, making millions of dollars. Are you still going to tell me that there's just not some people out there that will take this stuff in and make it real to them? Shaq knows that. He knows exactly what this is doing. It's not humor to them, it's indoctrination. It is coercion through humor. Secondarily, it's disgusting. But he knows. He knows exactly what this will yield in the public eye. And he knows also, because don't forget that he is very, very, very well connected to children's programs. So don't tell me that he has no agenda. He does indeed have an agenda. For all the smiles and the great talisman, you know, you're going to talk to me. I just lick Charles' hair for a living. It's just a joke. Y'all just need to undertake a joke. It's not a joke, Shaq. You are influencing the next generation into something very nefarious, and you know it. And the worst part is that you know it. You're doing this on purpose, which makes you not only silly, it makes you conniving, deplorable, disgusting, inhumane, all the above. If this were some one-off where you just didn't know, okay, maybe. But you're not that stupid. You're not. Especially the fact that you have admitted who you're a part of with the Masons.
I'm trying to read it. Okay.
It's too many diamonds. That's too bright. That's too bright. Well, anyway.
Oh, Mason, are you a Mason?
Of course I am. Okay.
This is your agenda. For the rest of us in society, please stop giving these people airtime by appreciating them. Expose them, no problem with that. But then what's happening is not exposure. It's not. You are enticing them by giving them more accolades and likes and hilarity and laughing emojis and making other videos laughing at it. You are giving them fuel to burn your house down. But again, if that's your call, go for it. Just don't complain when chickens come home to roost. Do not forget that you opened the door, you put the food out there, and when we wake up one morning and your whole house is covered with chicken scat, don't get mad. You did this. This is your fault. You did this. As for you, Mr. Shaq, I don't know when all this started to go down. Maybe you were always this way, was just really closeted. But I can only ask you to stop. Use your influence for something good. I don't know if you will or not, but all I can do is ask, because I can't coerce you, I can't force you. But there are impressionable children watching this nonsense you're doing, and they will go do it to somebody that may not be as amicable as Charles. And there may be people watching that may not take it as nicely. You could be the cause for somebody getting drastically hurt. And you won't even lift a hand to say, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have told you it was a joke. You're going to pay the money to get their stuff together? No, you won't. In fact, you might end up laughing with the rest of America. My last bit of advice for people watching that: turn it off, turn away, and stop. Because the only person you're hurting by laughing at it is you.